Right! Vaju! Sastra! महोदया, ज्ञान निरीक्षण के लिए हाजिर है।
Good morning and warm welcome to all the dignitaries present here on this memorable occasion of 80th Independence Day celebrations taking place in the precincts of High Court of Andhra Pradesh. I am bestowed with this enthralling opportunity to extend warm and cordial welcome to my Lord Honorable Chief Justice Srimati Lisa Gill, Honorable Judges and respected family members of Honorable Chief Justice and Honorable Judges. It's my immense pleasure and honor to welcome former Honorable Judges of High Court of Andhra Pradesh. I welcome the Additional Solicitor General of India, Advocate General, Additional Advocate General, Chairman and members of State Bar Council, President, High Court Education, Public Prosecutor, Senior Advocates and members of legal fraternity. I heartily welcome the Registrar of High Court of Andhra Pradesh, Member Secretary, State Legal Services Authority, Secretary, High Court Legal Services Committee, In-charge Director and officers of AP Judicial Academy, Law Secretary, Judicial Officers, staff members of High Court, print and electronic media, security wing of the High Court, ladies and gentlemen. With the permission of my Lord Honorable Chief Justice, the function will be commenced with Vande Mataram. I now request all the dignitaries to rise for the national song.
అక్కడ ఉండదు
Independence Day is being celebrated every year as a reminder of the sacrifice made by numerous freedom fighters who fought for India's independence. Their contributions and the history of the independence movement are honored and remembered. This day also serves as an occasion to reflect on India's journey as a sovereign nation. As a part of commemoration of this day, I request the Honorable Chief Justice to hoist the national flag followed by national anthem.
ఇక్కడే ఉంటుంది ఇక్కడే ఉండాలా మేడం ఫ్లాగ్ ఊపు తెలియదా చూపించుకుంటే వెళ్దాం.
May I request Sri Prabhunath Vasareddy, President, Andhra Pradesh High Court Advocates Association, to deliver his message on the occasion of Independence Day.
Good morning to all. The Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Judges of this Honorable Court, Advocate General, and the law officers of this court, esteemed colleagues of the bar, members of the
History and friends. It's my privilege as President of the Advocates Association of the High Court of Andhra Pradesh to address this August gathering. Now we has completed 79 years of independence, and now we are celebrating the completion of 79 years and entering into the 80th anniversary independence. In these decades, advocates have played a pivotal role in the defending the freedoms hard-won by our people. Proudly, we can say that many of the foremost leaders of our independence movement were lawyers. Many of them, we can remind the state, there are certain names we have to remember always. One such name is Alluri Sitaram Raju, and there are 7 persons died in the police firing in Tenali in 1920 in Quit India movement. And Pingali Venkaya is the creator of this national flag. He is our man. We have our own history. We contributed in getting the freedom for this country. On 1st January 2019, the Andhra Pradesh High Court shifted its seat from Hyderabad to Amaravati. From that day until now, judges and advocates have stood shoulder to shoulder through every difficulty. We have all worked under difficult infrastructure facilities for several years. Today, we look forward with hope that the new High Court building will comprehensively address these long-standing concerns. Judges' quarters situated near to the court would enable them to serve better. We urge that these residences be properly equipped and spacious. The new High Court building must also adequately provide the required spaces for advocates. Further, the state ought to consider providing suitable land and facilities near Amaravati for advocates' residences and chambers. Only when advocates can live and practice in reasonable proximity to the court can the justice delivery system function with true efficiency. Advocates are not mere participants in the justice delivery system. We are indispensable pillars. Without a strong independent and committed bar, the administration of justice cannot function effectively. During its gestional period, after the bifurcation, this court has lived up to the high standards expected of it. Advocates, despite considerable hardships, have persevered. Today we have begun to settle and streamline our work in Amaravati. Whatever the reasons that led to the division of a once united Telugu state, we as an association fully respect regional aspirations. At the same time, the genuine difficulties faced by advocates must be given due weight in any policy framed to address those aspirations. The welfare of the bar cannot be treated as secondary. Changing times and advancing technologies are bringing radical transformation in the way courts function. Facilities for advocates within the court premises must likewise keep pace with present-day needs. Basic amenities, workspace, and digital infrastructure are no longer luxuries, they are necessities. The relationship between the bar and the bench must be strengthened further. We hold the bench in the highest regard. We expect, in turn, that the bench will continue to extend to the bar the respect essential for the dignity of both institutions. We remain committed to guiding your young advocates. We request the honorable judges to extend patience and understanding while dealing with them. A patient bench and a well-mentor bar together produce better justice. Above all, we must rise above politics, caste and region. Our sole and uncompromising allegiance is to the Constitution of India. Advocates, bodies and professional statutory bodies must abandon narrow, short-sighted approaches adopted for temporary gains. They must cease issuing statements or taking decisions designed merely to appease particular functionaries. The time has come for every such body to place the institution and its foundational integrity above all else. This association will stand only by independent, principled, and institution-centered work, and by nothing less. I conclude by reiterating our unwavering commitment to the High Court of Andhra Pradesh, to the rule of law, and to the people of this state. May the bar and the bench continue to work in harmony, mutual respect, and shared purpose. Thanking you for all.
We are thankful to Prabhunath Vasireddy Garu for having delivered the Independence Day message. May I now request Sri Dwarakanath Reddy Garu, Chairman Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh, to present his message.
Honorable Chief Justice Srimati Lisa Gill ji and distinguished guests who is here along with our Honorable Chief Justice. All the Honorable High Court judges who came for this function, some of them along with their families, Additional Solicitor General, the Advocate General, Additional Advocate General, the Public Prosecutor, my dear advocates, ladies and gentlemen, and the police personnel who gathered here, and some of the students of the Blight School. It's a great honor to me as the Chairman of the Bar Council to address this august body on the occasion of 80th Independence Day celebrations. Bharat is a nation of 5,000 years old with rich legacy, rich heritage, rich cultural values, and a great civilization from the Vedic period. But there are so many onslaughts on this beautiful country from the foreign yoke, particularly from the western side. This is the weakest point of our country, the western side of our country, and the northern side of our country. There was many onslaughts, many invasions from the foreign yoke. Why? Because there was so much of differences in the princely states. The king versus his brother, brother versus his sister. This is the way how our country was in those days. So most unfortunately, due to this particular division in our country of the princely state, the people who came from the foreign countries occupied our beautiful land. Some people came for religion, some people came for trade, some people came to occupy our beautiful land, to be the lords of our country. Ultimately, they became the rulers. Ultimately, they became the kings and queens of this country. It is not the rulers at the time who ruled this country, who fought for the sake of the independence. It is the common people. They themselves, they became warriors, and ultimately they fought for the sake of the independence. Generations together, lakhs and lakhs of people participated in the freedom movement without leader in some places, with leader in some places. This is the situation in those days. Ultimately, by the time Mahatma Ji came, and Mahatma Ji and Congress leaders thought it, what is the type of the method for this country, a beautiful country, to liberate from the foreign yoke of the Britishers? Mahatma Ji and Congress leaders thought it is only through non-violence movement. But many of the revolutionaries, including the Subhash Chandra Bose Ji, thought it is not so easy to send the British out of this country without a violent method of protest. But whatever it may be, the ultimate result is non-violence, violence, and also by way of satyagraha. Apart from all these, the Second World War, the culmination of the Second World War that made the British people left this country. This is the day where we have to pay homage to many of the freedom fighters who fought for the sake of the independence. So many people lost their properties. Government knocked their properties. So many people died. So many people does not know where their children was. That was the position. Some died, and some lost their properties, some lost their professions. And my one brethren, but advocates, many of the advocates left their families and directly fought against the British Raj. And in some places, in some states, or princely states, and many of the advocates led the movement of independence. This is a situation. Today, we have to bow our heads to all the persons who at the time never thought that the British will leave this country. And it is for them, we have to bow them and salute them for their courageous thing in those days. There are so many unsung and unwept heroes who fought for the sake of the nation. Neither the government, nor the people, nor the society either recognized them nor their families. That was the situation, most unfortunate situation, and many of the freedom fighters tap at the door of the justice, tap at the door of particularly the government. Wherever the government has not taken into consideration of their fight, the honorable courts has intervened and ultimately held, and these are the people, those who fought for the sake of the independence. So that was the situation. In spite of all this, in spite of all of you, and the judiciary is there, but still there are many unsung and unwept heroes whose names are not there in the independence movement. Okay, very nice. We got our independence. What is the position on 14th August when the tryst with destiny, 14th August 1947 midnight, when we got our independence from the British yoke? From the next day itself, there were so many problems all over India. The situation is so grim. I don't want to say all that. But I want to say only of the economic position. Economic position is so doldrum. And particularly many of the products, even small products which we are importing from the foreign countries at the time. That was the situation at the time. But after 50 years of the independence, we reached a stage where our country is a prosperous country and exporting many of the products. But today, ours is the fourth largest economy in the world. The day is not far. My dear friends, be optimistic, don't be pessimistic. Our country is going to be the world power within 15 years. This will be happen. And for that, what our leadership wanted, what our common people wanted, what all of us wanted is unity in the country. Let there be unity in the country from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Certainly, we will rise to the occasion and our country will be a superpower in the world. Thank you. And also, Jai Hind.
We thank you, the Chairman Bar Council, for his delightful message. May I now request Sri Dammalapati Srinivasa Garu, Advocate General of High Court of Andhra Pradesh, to convey his message on this jubilant day.
Honorable Chief Justice Srimati Lisa Gill ji, Honorable Companion Judges, Honorable Former Judges, Judicial Officers, Chairman Bar Council, the Additional Solicitor General of India, Deputy Solicitor General of India, Public Prosecutor, Additional Advocate General, the President, Advocates Association, Senior Counsel, Law Officers, members of the legal fraternity, and esteemed colleagues. It is privilege to be present before this August gathering on the occasion of 80th Independence Day. For the legal fraternity, this day carries a special significance. The freedom struggle was not merely a struggle for political independence, it was also a struggle for liberty, equality, dignity, and the rule of law. The legal profession was solely associated with that struggle, was closely associated with the struggle, and the Constitution gave enduring form to these aspirations. Independence therefore imposes upon us a continuing responsibility to preserve these values and to give meaningful effect to the constitutional vision entrusted to us. The relationship between the bench and the bar is central to that responsibility. It is more than a professional relationship. It is a constitutional partnership in the administration of justice. An independent bar enables the court to hear every legitimate grievance fully and fearlessly, while an independent judiciary gives meaning to the rights and freedoms guaranteed by the Constitution. As advocates, our responsibility extends beyond the interests of an individual case. We are officers of the court, and every matter we place before it carries with it responsibility to assist in the administration and development of justice, honest, fairness, Restraint and professional integrity are therefore not merely ideals of the profession, they are essential to the constitutional role of the bar. The Constitution envisages a society that is not merely free but just, not merely prosperous but inclusive, and not merely governed but governed according to law. Realizing that vision requires a continuing balance between individual rights and the legal larger interests of the society. This is particularly relevant to Andhra Pradesh as the state builds its institutions and shapes its future. Amaravati, for instance, represents not merely the creation of a capital, but the aspirations of an entire state. Such endeavors inevitably bring before the legal system competing interests and difficult questions. Our constitutional values must remain the common reference point in resolving them. The strength of our justice system ultimately rests upon the mutual respect, independence, and shared sense of purpose between the bench and the bar. On this Independence Day, let us reaffirm our commitment to that purpose. Let us strive to be worthy inheritors of the constitutional legacy entrusted to us, to uphold the rule of law, protect liberty and dignity, and through our daily work contribute to the realization of vision of our constitution makers. Independence was the achievement of one generation. Constitutional democracy is the responsibility of every generation that follows. Thank you. Jai Hind.
We thank the Learned Advocate General for his thoughtful message. May I now request Sri Challa Dhananjay Garu, Learned Additional Solicitor General, High Court of Andhra Pradesh, to convey his message on this day.
Honorable Chief Justice, Mr. Gill, Honorable Judges, former judges, their family members, Advocate General, Chairman Bar Council of India, Bar Council of AP, President of the Bar Association, Additional Advocate General, Deputy Solicitor General, Senior Advocates, and all the judicial officers who are present here. Say Happy Independence Day to all of you. It is a privilege to stand before this august institution on the 79th anniversary of our independence. Independence Day is not simply a commemoration of past. It is an occasion to take stock of the present and renew our commitment to the future. As we look back at the sacrifices that secured our freedom, we must also look forward to the India we are collectively building, an India of opportunity, dignity, and justice for every citizen. On this day, we bow with a deep reverence to the countless freedom fighters whose courage and sacrifice gave us this nation. From Mahatma Gandhi's call for truth and non-violence to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose cry for "Give me blood and I shall give you freedom." From Bhagat Singh's fearless defense to the quiet resolve of thousands of unnamed men and women who walked into the presence and gave their lives so that we might live free. Their sacrifice is the very foundation on this very republic, and this institution of justice stands. We remember too the framers of our constitution, led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who transformed the promise of political freedom into a living document of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity for every citizen. It is our solemn duty as officers of the law to remain worthy of that sacrifice each single day. We stand today at a defining moment in our national journey, guided by the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, a resolve that by the centenary of our independence, India shall be counted among the world's developed nations. Nowhere is this ambition more visible than in our scientific and technological achievements. India's space program has earned global admiration, from Chandrayaan-3 historic landing near the lunar South Pole, making India the first nation to do so, to Aditya L1's pioneering study of sun and the study preparations underway for Gaganyaan, our first human space flight mission. These are not merely feats of engineering, they are declarations of India's scientific self-confidence. Parallel to this, India is rapidly emerging as a significant player in artificial intelligence, with the India AI mission fostering indigenous computing capability, skilling and innovation. Equally significant is our progress in semiconductors, a sector once considered beyond our reach, where the India semiconductor mission is now laying the foundation for domestic chip design and fabrication. Together, these developments mark India's transition from a nation that consumes technology to one that creates it. But true development cannot be measured by GDP or innovation indices alone. It must be measured by how swiftly and fairly justice reaches the last citizen. Our judiciary has undertaken meaningful reform in this regard. The e-courts mission has digitalized case filing, listing, and record keeping, bringing unprecedented transparency to litigation. Virtual hearings have made access to courts possible even in the remote corners. Lok Adalats and mediation centers have eased the burden of pendency, offering citizens speedier, less adversarial resolution. The National Legal Service Authority and its state counterparts continue to ensure that the poorest litigant is never denied representation for want of means. The High Court of Andhra Pradesh has been an active participant in this transformation, embracing digital case management, ensuring greater accessibility for litigants and advocates alike, and upholding the highest standards of judicial efficiency. As an institution still in its formative years since bifurcation, it carries both the weight of tradition and the promise of innovation. As officers of this court, we are not mere spectators to India's progress, we are its custodians in the domain of justice. Every advancement in space, artificial intelligence, or industry finds its true meaning only when it is matched by equal advancement in fairness, accessibility, and the rule of law. A developed nation is not one that merely builds rockets and chips, but one where every citizen, regardless of means, can walk into the courtroom and receive justice without delay or discrimination. Let this Independence Day therefore be a moment of rededication to the memory of those who won us this freedom, to the Constitution that binds us, to the institution we serve, and to the vision of Viksit Bharat, where progress and justice walk hand in hand. Jai Hind.
We thank the learned Additional Solicitor General of India for his thoughtful message on this occasion of Independence Day. The students of the VIJAYAWADA Integrated School for the Blind, Vijayawada, have graciously consented to sing patriotic songs for us on this auspicious occasion. Now I invite the students to sing the patriotic songs, one in Hindi and other in Telugu.
అట్లా కంఫర్ట్గా ఉంటే అట్లా పెట్టు బైక్ లేకపోతే అట్లా కంఫర్ట్ ఫస్ట్ హిందీ అండ్ మాస్టర్ అది మైండ్ పెట్టిగా ఉంటుంది
पुण्यभूमिरा भारतमाता धन्यजीविरा भाग्यविधाता पुण्य
पुण्यभूमिरा भारतमाता धन्यजीविरा भाग्यविधाता सिरुलसीमरा श्रितजननीता सिरुलसीमरा श्रितजननीता नीकु वंदनं भारतमाता नीकु वंदनं भाग्यविधाता पुण्यभूमिरा भारतमाता धन्यजीविरा भाग्यविधाता पुण्यभूमिरा भारतमाता धन्यजीविरा भाग्यविधाता ఎందర వీరుల త్యాగఫలం నేటి స్వేచ్ఛకే మూలధనం జోహార్ 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 పుణ్యవీరుల త్యాగఫలం నేటి స్వేచ్ఛకే మూలధనం వారందరినీ స్మరిద్దాం కృతజ్ఞతార్చన సమర్పిద్దాం వారందరినీ స్మరిద్దాం కృతజ్ఞతార్చన సమర్పిద్దాం జోహార్ 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 పుణ్యభూమిరా భారతమాతా ధన్యజీవిరా భాగ్యవిధాతా పుణ్యభూమిరా భారతమాతా ధన్యజీవిరా భాగ్యవిధాతా स्वर्ग से सुंदर देश हमारा भारत जिसका नाम धरती अंबर पर्वत नदियाँ है जो इसकी शान स्वर्ग से सुंदर देश हमारा भारत जिसका नाम धरती अंबर पर्वत नदियाँ है जो इसकी शान हम भारत के कहने वाले भेदभाव ना जाने जाति धर्म को छोड़ के सारे आगे बढ़ना जाने हम भारत के कहने वाले भेदभाव ना जाने जाति धर्म को छोड़ के सारे आगे बढ़ना जाने हर कष्टम को टूट करे हम हो मुश्किल आसान धरती अंबर पर्वत नदियाँ है जो इसकी शान जय जय हिंद के नारों से को धरती गुंजित आज इसके नूर के देखो हम सब शीश झुकाए आज जय जय हिंद के नारों से को धरती गुंजित आज इसके नूर के देखो हम सब शीश झुकाए आज हिंद का झंडा ऊंचा उठाकर मिलकर गाएगा धरती अंबर पर्वत नदियाँ है जो इसकी शान स्वर्ग से सुंदर देश हमारा भारत जिसका नाम धरती अंबर पर्वत नदियाँ है जो इसकी शान स्वर्ग से सुंदर देश हमारा भारत जिसका नाम धरती अंबर पर्वत नदियाँ है जो इसकी शान है जो इसकी शान है जो इसकी शान
May I now request the Honorable Chief Justice to present the certificates of appreciation to the students for their inspiring patriotic song performance. Kumari N. Mahita Sai. Mahita Sai. Next, Kumari K. Deepika. Kumari N. Navasarika. Master G. Ashwant. Now I request the Assistant Commandant cum Chief Security Officer, AP Special Protection Force, High Court, to come up to the dais to receive the certificate of appreciation on behalf of the Special Protection Force from the esteemed hands of the Honorable Chief Justice on the occasion. Now I request, my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, to deliver the message on this momentous occasion.
Namaskar to all of you, esteemed sister and brother judges, former judges, their respected spouses, Shri Dhananjay, Learned Additional Solicitor General, Shri D. Srinivas, Learned Advocate General, Shri Prabhunath Vasireddy, Learned President, AP High Courts Advocates Association, Shri Dwarkanath Reddy, Learned Chairman, Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh, the Learned Public Prosecutor, Deputy Solicitor General, Learned Advocate, Additional Advocate General, Learned Law Officers, Learned Senior Advocates, members of the Bar, members of the Judicial Fraternity, officers of AP Judicial Academy, AP State Legal Services Authority, AP High Court Legal Services Authority, all the learned registrars, officers of the registry, all the staff members of this High Court, police and security personnel, friends from print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we gather here to celebrate a historic milestone, the 80th Independence Day of our great nation. As the national flag unfurls, we must always remember that this flag does not fly because of the blowing breeze. It flies high and proud with the last breath of every freedom fighter who laid down his life for the sake of the freedom of our country. State of Andhra Pradesh itself has produced many a freedom fighter. The learned president has referred to Alluri Sitarama Raju's, his fierce resistance in the Eastern Ghats, and may I say U. Narasimha Reddy, Tanguturi Prakasam, and many others. A reference was also made by learned president of the Bar regarding the national flag. Design of this national flag which we have today is credited to Suraya Tayabji, but we do need to know that this design was based upon the original national flag which was presented by Pingali Venkaya to Mahatma Gandhi in the year 1921 at Vijayawada. Our national flag is not just a piece of cloth. It represents an ideal. As Mahatma Gandhi had said, the national flag evokes such sentiments whose strength is difficult to measure and emotion difficult to quantify. When we sing the national anthem or the national song, while looking at our national flag flying high, I'm sure there would hardly be any of us who doesn't experience the goose pimples. Our flag indeed flies high because of the known and unknown sacrifices made by so many, even as on today. Therefore, I may say we must pay tribute not only to those who have made sacrifices, but those who are still doing that, members of our armed forces who are regularly protecting our borders and ensure that we all sleep peacefully. Almost all of us present here today, we are fortunate to have been born in a free country. But as we step into the 8th decade of our independence, and especially as guardians of the Constitution, we need to constantly ask as to whether are we doing enough to ensure translation of constitutional promises into real-world protections. Are we able to safeguard individual liberty, guarantee fundamental freedom, enforce executive accountability? Over the past years, and especially as again reference has been made to the year 2019, the High Court of Andhra Pradesh has faced a number of problems, passed through trials and tribulations, but has definitely made significant strides insofar as judicial administration, institutional reforms, legal outreach, disposal of cases is concerned. Proper infrastructure is indeed extremely essential for effective dispensation of justice and fulfilling our constitutional goals. As we all know, building of our High Court is underway. In the meanwhile, several new courts have been established in the districts of Guntur, Krishna, Prakasam, Vishakhapatnam, East and West Godavari, Anantapuram and Chittoor district. The details I will not give. I think everyone is aware of those. But may I flag that even as on date, the effort is to provide infrastructure, proper infrastructure across our district judiciary, where our lady officers, lady advocates, lady staffs do not have to struggle for something as basic as separate washrooms. You see, these are indeed challenges we do face. Pendency of cases is another issue which is often raised. This indeed has to be dealt with in a scientific manner. Here in the Andhra Pradesh of High Court, we are strictly following certain case flow management rules, prioritizing old pending matters, while not ignoring emergent matters which may arise every day. Special care is being taken regarding matters involving senior citizens, marginalized communities. If I may flag at this point that there is a valuable tool which has been put to use in this arena, that is mediation. In this respect, a nationwide campaign, that is Mediation for the Nation, as you are all aware, was launched earlier by NALSA and the Mediation Conciliation Project Committee of the Supreme Court of India under guidance of Hon'ble the Chief Justice of India. In Andhra Pradesh, Mediation for the Nation campaigns 1.0 and 2.0 were actively implemented through the state legal services authorities across district courts and mediation center. Now, the campaign 3.0 has been launched on 1st of August 2026. During the last year, 4 national Lok Adalats have been conducted, with the last one on 11th of July 2026. 13,95,017 cases were resolved therein. I would appeal to all stakeholders, and I say all stakeholders, to come forward and try to help parties resolve their issues. No doubt there has been skepticism when it comes to mediation. It is sometimes said that it is a negation of rightful fruits of litigation. But be that as it may, I would proceed to say that this is an effective method which helps parties to come to amicable settlements, relieves them of unnecessary burden, litigation fatigue, and allows them to carry on with their lives in a productive manner and focus on their own wholesome development and that of their families. There has been a paradigm shift in the traditional outlook to the extent that function of the court is no longer limited to adjudicating a list brought before it. We look for solutions. Mediation is one of the tools. And in this aspect, the State Legal Services Authority has been doing a stellar job in even creating awareness of the rights available to citizens. In the month of April 2026, 14 multi-utility vehicles have been commissioned for the use of legal services institutions for the purpose of conducting mobile Lok Adalats, outreach programs in far-flung areas, visits to prisons, homes for disabled, senior citizens, and others. So the object at all times is to make justice swift, accessible, and transparent. For this, it is imperative that we leverage technology in the best possible manner. There has indeed been a digital transformation across the High Court of Andhra Pradesh District Judiciary. Digitization of judicial records, paperless courts, stakeholder-oriented service, automation of internal administrative processes are some of the initiatives undertaken successfully. It was during the difficult and turbulent times of COVID-19 that we realized the benefits of technology, when we were able to achieve the distinction of being probably only one of the countries in the world where the doors of courts were not shut for the citizens. Hybrid hearing through video conferencing is the new normal. Recording of evidence through VC, that has now been institutionalized and regularized with specific rules put in place. It was yesterday itself at the function held by the AP Bar Association that the Advocates Services Portal developed by the High Court was launched. So it was under the able guidance of the Computer Committee of this High Court, who had in fact worked tirelessly in this effort. It is imperative that these steps are carried forward. We have to ensure that efficiency is optimized, with all of us collectively making an effort to embrace technology, use it to our advantage to build a stronger nation where each and every citizen is able to walk in a secure environment with his head held high and is able to develop to his or her maximum potential. Needless to say, we can achieve each and every goal which we may set for ourselves, but as long as we all work together collectively. As had been said by the earlier speakers, the bar and the bench necessarily have to work in tandem with each other, because ultimately we are all involved in a task which has the same objective, that is dispensation of justice, complete and wholesome. Similarly, at this juncture, may I say that the synergy of the youth amongst the learned advocates as well as our officers should be tempered with wisdom of experience. I appeal to learned senior members of the bar to ensure mentoring of the young members and advocates as they are our future. And equally important it is for the bench to encourage them, help them, guide them. And at the same time, in this process, at times, we may have to be firm as well. This too should be understood as in a family when an elder sometimes has to be firm with the young one in the family. I take this opportunity to thank my colleagues who have all been working tirelessly and have been able to achieve an equilibrium of the case ratio of the matters instituted and those disposed of. In fact, we have been able to marginally bring down the pendency from 2,50,363 cases to 2,45,438. I would also thank all the Learned Council, their teams including their ancillary staff who have assisted the court in achieving the same. I express my gratitude to all the officers and the staff of the registry, the other staff who work tirelessly and silently in conditions which may not always be conducive. It is a matter of common knowledge that the staff over here on our premises almost on a regular basis is present till about 8 p.m., if not later, to ensure that the wheels of justice keep turning smoothly. Similarly, I take this opportunity to thank each and every one of our officers and staff and the advocates in all the districts. I express my gratitude to the members of the AP Special Protection Force, which keep our premises here secure and safe. I felicitate the young children and their teachers. The young children who have sung the patriotic songs for us, have enthralled us. I wish them all the best in their lives. I would conclude by saying that the path ahead demands continuous adaptation, unwavering integrity, and a shared dedication to constitutional ideals. Let us today rededicate ourselves to building a judicial ecosystem where justice is not an expensive privilege, but a swift and accessible right for each and every citizen, irrespective of their caste, creed, gender, or economic status. Let us forge ahead in a manner that the courts do not stand only as architectural monuments of stone, brick, and mortar, but as living sanctuaries where truth is instantaneous and equality is absolute. Let our work be our worship. Let the clear stream of justice flow seamlessly, ceaselessly, and fearlessly. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Jai Hind.
We humbly thank the Honorable Chief Justice for valuable and enlightening Independence Day message. We extend our humble gratefulness to my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, and Honorable Judges of Protocol Committee for taking personal attention in guiding us in conducting this Independence Day function, upholding the glorious occasion. We thank the Honorable Chief Justice and Honorable Judges, Honorable former Judges, and the family members of their Lordships for their gracious presence. We also thank the Additional Solicitor General of India, Advocate General, Chairman Bar Council, and President AP High Court Advocates Association, learned advocates, registrars, judicial officers, staff, police personnel, print and electronic media for having participated in the celebration and making the event a memorable one. We also thank the students of the Vijay Mary Integrated School for the Blind, VIJAYAWADA, for coming over to the High Court and taking part in these celebrations. Now it is time for the national anthem by the students of Vijay Mary Integrated School for the Blind, Vijayawada.
मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तब शुभाशिष माने गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
With the permission of the Honorable Chief Justice, may I declare that the Independence Day celebration is concluded. I now invite the Honorable Judges, their esteemed family members and all distinguished guests to kindly join the plantation program being arranged near the annex building, which is followed by refreshments arranged in the main building.
जमी हुई